Hello and welcome back to Operation Northwind. It is turn 8 for Italy. We have 14 IPP to spend. We are going to buy 2 infantry and 2 marines. We have 1 undamaged major factory, so we are going to go for improved construction on a 7 or higher. That is a 7. So improved construction will go to stage 3. We have a couple combat moves. We are going to walk into Rhodesia with the infantry from Tanganyika, cavalry, infantry, and colonial from Belgian Congo. So that is worth a buck. So that will move Italy to 15 and the British back down to 27. We are going to send the seaplane onto map 1-2 to M6 to try to take out the British sub there. We are going to then bring the sub from I5 or M5, sorry. He's going to go 1, 2 to M7, and 3 to M8 to join the rest of the subs there to convoy raid. So the regular sub and 3 coastal subs will all convoy raid. And then the 2 transports are going to pick up the 2 marines, the infantry, and the artillery. And they are going to go 1 to M6, 2 to M7, 3 to M8. And they are going to land into Transjordan. So that'll be 2 marines, infantry, and artillery will take Transjordan. And the fleet that's in M3 will go 1, 2, 3 with the port bonus and join them there. So it's a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, and a light cruiser. Because if my math is correct, all these guys here can only go 1, 2, 3. So they're all stuck. The TBD can make it, but the TBD by itself isn't going to do much. So I think that is it for the combat moves. I know, Dawson, we talked about, you asked me if I was going to hit Gibraltar. I kept debating. If it wasn't for the fortification, I may have given it a shot. The coastal artillery I'm not too worried about, but that fortification, 2 at 5, and then plus 2 to all those infantry class, that's 5 at 6. I just didn't like my odds there. I'd had to have you completely miss. So while it was tempting, if you would have not sent the 2 marines down there, I probably would have, but I just don't think it's worth it at this point to try it. So let's move the Transjordan money up before I forget. So that is Italy up to 16 and the British down to 26. We are going to make one change though, guys. We're going to leave the 2 marines, back in northern Italy. We're going to pick up the 2 infantry that were in Albania on the way through. So 1, 2, 3. So there's going to be 3 infantry and artillery in Albania. Because as I just looked at that, those fighters, 1, 2, 3, they still can't make it, but I still feel safer. I still feel safer that way. So yeah, let's start with, I guess the only thing we have to do, and you see I was thinking about it here. I decided not to. I was thinking about it. So let's start with the seaplane. The seaplane on a 3. 3 or less to take out the British sub. That is a 7, so that is no good. And then the rating. So we'll start with the coastal subs. So we have, I'm at a +1 for coastal, he's at a +1 for ASW, so we're net even, and he gets a shot at 2 at each ship now with ASW. So Coastal Ship 1 is no good. Coastal Ship 2, I will do 4 damage, and he survives. Let me mark a 4 here. Okay, Coastal Ship 3 does no damage, and he survives. Regular sub 1, I'm at a +2, he's at a +1, so I'm at a net +1. Okay, regular sub 1. I do 1 damage. No, I mean, no damage, and he survived. And regular sub 2. No damage, and he survived. So I only did 4 damage, but all my subs did survive that. So we'll do 4 damage to that line. The seaplane will land back in Trebrook because he was unsuccessful trying to take out the sub. So yeah, I think that's it. Non-combat. We're going to move the infantry and colonial that are in Trebrook into Western Egypt. And we are going to fly the tactical bomber that is in Sardinia. 1, 2, 3 to Trebrook. And I think that is about it. So placing units. All the units, the 2 Marines and the 2 infantry, will all go to Northern Italy. And I think that's all we got to do. So yeah, let's collect some income, do a quick disposition, and then we'll get it off to the USA KMT for their turn. So we are at 16 on the IPP chart. We still have no bonuses, I don't think. I don't know if ships in port count. I don't know if subs count. If neither of them count, then I will get 2 more, but I'll double check that later. But for now, we're going to say that Italy has 16 to spend next turn. And then let's do a quick disposition here, guys, because Italy is not that difficult, not that hard. And we will get it passed on then. So Rhodesia has 2 infantry, colonial, and a cavalry. Belgian, Congo, and Tanganyika are now empty. Transjordan has 3 infantry and an artillery. Western Egypt has colonial infantry and motorized. Trebrook has a seaplane, militia, and tactical bomber. M8 has 2 subs, 3 coastal subs, 2 transports, battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, and a light cruiser. Did $4 damage to the Mediterranean line. Albania has 2 mountain infantry. Sardinia has a fighter and 2 mountain. Rome has 2 infantry and 2 militia. Northern Italy has 2 infantry, 4 militia, and a fighter. I believe that is it. If you guys have any questions, please ask. The only other difference would be is improved construction goes to stage 3, and the British lost $2, so they are down to 26. We'll pass off the USA KMT, and we'll see you guys all next year. Have a good one.